March. Thank you, Courtney. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this amazing adventure. This section, there's 4 parts to this, or 3 parts. This section is my camping gear, this section is my personal gear, and that section is my day. You can do this any way you want. However, these are suggestions, and I've got a lot of experience with wilderness backpacking and canoeing and cross-country bicycling, and I know a lot about packing. You do it your way, and some of you probably know more than I do, but I hope this helps. Okay, the camping section. My tent. A word about tents. This is my old standby 3-person tent. My recommendation is not to use a solo tent. You will be unhappy, you won't have room for your gear, and you will be too crowded. If you're 1 person, take a 2-person tent. If you're 2 people, take a 3-person tent. I'm taking a 3-person tent because that's what I have. Camp chair. I love these. They fold down, fit in easily, and you will so appreciate having something to sit on in your tent and lean back while you read your book at night or visit with your friends. In here, I have a sleep sack. You can make one out of an old sheet. It's sewed on 3 sides, you slide it, it keeps your sleeping bag clean because you can wash it. And on hot nights, you sleep on top of your sleeping bag just in there. This is called a Duluth pack. It's something I use when I go wilderness canoeing in the mountain waters. They're great, use it like a backpack. So it's easy to carry around without breaking yourself. Okay, so I'm going to put my tent in. And my sleeping bag, by the way, I bought a new one for this. It's thick and comfortable. I got it at REI for $100. And I've already tested it. It's like sleeping in my bed. And fleece blanket. My pillow. And you can stuff down here till the cows come home. I suggest you throw in some heavy-duty, large garbage bags, just in case, when it's wet. And I have a small padlock. I don't know if we'll need them, but it doesn't take up much room. And if we're in a city and we go away and leave our tents, I think it might be a good idea. This is my duffel bag and my personal gear. And your personal gear will be independent and different from mine, but remember to look for the essentials on the packing list. I love my very own pillow, so I'm taking 2, the little backpacking pillow, and there's the ergonomic pillow. And I can fit it in my duffel with all the rest of the stuff, so. There we go. You'll notice it was in plastic, so I don't get it wet. Okay, here's all my clothes. They're on your packing list. Everything on that list that I need is in here. If you look closely, you'll notice that I have rolled all my clothes and tied them with a rubber band. There's a couple of reasons for that. Number 1, it keeps it neat. And once you've taken the rubber band off, you know that it isn't clean anymore. Furthermore, if you have to dig for something at the bottom, they don't come all unrolled and become all over the mess. So the rubber bands are really great. In fact, I suggest you bring an extra bag of them along. So we'll put this in together. This duffel bag, by the way, is a pretty expensive one that my brother loaned to me. And it's waterproof. But I still pack everything, and you will need to, in waterproof containers, unless, like my vitamins, the water won't hurt. Okay, shoes are next. I'm taking my new Keys, and speaking of shoes, I went to a podiatrist. I have good feet, no problems with them, but I went to a podiatrist and I said, here's what I'm going to do. What do you suggest? He looked at my feet, he gave me really good suggestions. I bought some online, not terribly expensive inserts for my shoes to replace the ones they came with. And I've been walking in them a lot, so I know they work. Okay, my boots go to the bottom. My Keen sandals, which I adore. Chacos are good too, or Tina's. Okay. And the other ones I have on my feet. These I have special orthotic inserts in as well. This bag contains what I call my bathroom or my washout bag. You'll notice I have things separated and color-coded because it's so much easier to keep track of. In here I have dirty clothes bag, clothesline and some clothespins. It's maybe an 8 or 10 foot piece of nylon. In here I have, still in here, my camping towel. This little thing does as much as a big, fat, heavy towel, and it dries quickly. You can get it at any camping gear store or online. I brought two, one for hand and one for body. And this, I just bought last night at a local camping gear store. It's called Wilderness Wash. It's super concentrated and you can wash your hair, your body, your dishes, which we won't be doing independently, but it's super and it's biodegradable. So get some of that or something similar. And I am taking some washing wipes for those urgent problems that you may need to take care of. Be sure to dispose of them properly. So that stuff all goes back in my handy red bag here. I'm going to put these little miscellaneous bags in this bigger bag for organization. First aid kit. It's the one I always take when I go in the wilderness. I put everything I could conceivably need on this trip that I might need to have access to on a daily basis in there. Okay. Oh, this is called a dry bag. You're guaranteed nothing in here will ever get wet. Sometimes you're going to want to carry this in your day pack. It's got my fleece and gloves, things that I need to keep warm and I don't want them wet. You can get these at a camping gear store online. You simply roll them up, put the air out, buckle them, and this would be dry if you floated it in your swimming pool for a week. This is probably overkill, but I have all my toiletries and incidentals in this. I'm also taking my favorite coffee mug. For those of you who like coffee as I do in the morning, you're going to be so happy to have your own mug, but only if it's going to fit in your bag. This is a treasure I just found. I'm so excited about it. And I may end up with this down. Well, I'll put it in the end. It's a camp lantern, and it also has a rechargeable battery, and it also has a crank that you can recharge the battery yourself if you don't have access to the battery charger. And guess what? You can turn it into a flashlight or a hanging lantern this way. Cool item. It's made by Highview. You want to look for that online. And I put it in, this is actually for a water bottle, but I put it in here. I put it in here so it would work. Okay. Let's put this stuff, oh, my shoes. These are the other shoes. These are my around camp and for getting wet or whatever. All this goes in here. What's in this? Oh, this is called my junk drawer. We all have a junk drawer. And what have I got in here? Just whatever. Oh, this will be fun to show you. You will need one of these, whatever flavor you find it. There will be mosquitoes and gnats. Very cheap, make sure you have one. Maybe a spare in case you lose one. I actually have 3 packed. So incidentals that you may need in here. my bag. You're going to see when I get this in, I have plenty of room left. I can add more things if I want. Oh, let's talk about this. One of the things that's going to be essential when you are when they unload the truck and we're looking for our bags and our camping gear, is how do we find ours in a whole big long pile? I used some of my favorite tie-dye handkerchiefs, and I'm going to put one on my tent and on each of my bags so I can spot them in the front of them. I suggest that's a good idea for everybody. Your own personal thumbprint. This is like having your drawers organized at home. You can always find what you need. Quick. Oh. I didn't get this back in my, this is called a kitchen sink. I got this, again, at a camping gear store. You fill it with water, you have a wonderful little wash basin for sun, or sponge baths, or for rinsing out whatever you need to rinse out for a longer day. And I'm not going to take the time to stuff it back in here, but you can see that that does work. Okay, this stuff is called Body Glide. It's an anti-chafe roll-on thing that keeps you from getting hot spots. You do it in the morning before you head out, you work on your feet, you work on your body, wherever you think you might get a hot spot. It isn't a healer, it's a preventative. That should be probably my name. Okay. Something like this might also work for a personal wash basin. You can fit it in your little pack it with things, and then when you need to use it as a wash basin, just empty it out, put water in it, and you have an instant portable wash sink. Okay, water. I brought 3 samples of ways to do this. Well, more than 3. Your water bottle, which you're going to want to have with you in camp and on the march. And I have 3 different sizes and different kinds of water sources. This is the Deluxe Camelback, which holds a lot of water. The problem with this is, if you wear it, you can't also wear a backpack. But if you're wearing a fanny pack instead of a backpack, you might be able to make that work. It's really very nice. This one, which I have used, backpacking, fill with water, it slips right inside your day pack. And you have access to the water that way. And this is another cheaper version of that, which holds less water, but they're readily available. We're going to need lots of water, and even though we're going to have maybe 3 or 4 rest stops during the day where we can use some porta potties and fill up with water, you're going to want it along the route. You have to drink before you get thirsty. Okay. All right. That's what I'm going to turn over to be put in the biodiesel-driven semi that's going to carry all our gear. And I'm so grateful for that semi. Okay. Okay, number 3. This is my day pack. I'm choosing to take a largish one. You may choose to take a smaller one or a fanny pack. If you take a fanny pack, make sure it's one that will carry water bottles. I have this one and I like it, so this is the one I'm going to use. In it, I will put carry along with me first aid kit that I got when I volunteered for the National Park System in New Mexico a couple of years ago. So that goes in my day pack. My water bottle goes in my day pack. My LED flashlight, which I recommend to people, will go in my day pack just in case I'm out somewhere at night. Hats. Let's talk about hats. This is the dorkiest hat looking on the planet. I readily admit it. But it protects me in the back and front on the sides. This and your sunscreen, you will not end up with bad skin at the end of this trip. This is from a company called Sunday. You can find them online. And I'm taking one of these because I like to wear them on days when it's not so sunny. I may choose this option. And a dear friend gave me this a few years ago, which is a great invention. I can figure it out. Okay. So you have your hat, and there's your net built in, and it can't come loose because it fits on you like a glove. So the bugs are not going to get into this. And believe me, when the gnats are out and the mosquitoes are flying, I'm going to wear it. The other thing you need in your day pack is, ta-da! My new Marmot, beautiful reindeer. For the record, you will be very unhappy if you bring a poncho. And the reason you will be unhappy is because ponchos don't keep you dry. They blow in the wind, they drip down onto your legs and your feet. So you need a rain jacket and rain pants. You might be able to get them at a military surplus. These are high class, high caliber. I decided the investment was worth it because I don't want to get wet. So I carry that in my day pack. Oh, and I have another hat. This is a good rain hat in case goes in with my reindeer. Okay, talk about this. Oh, here's my favorite little carry in my purse, grocery bag. You know, we can't be using plastic grocery bags anymore. In fact, in my town, we've got a campaign going to make them illegal like they do in Portland and in Ashland, Oregon, and other places, Boston. So here's my grocery bag. You saw how little it was. When we are going through a town and we have the opportunity to stop and get something to supplement the delicious gourmet food we're going to be eating all the way, you're going to want one of these so you don't have to take a plastic bag away from the store. Okay? Headband. Personal diary. Keep it in your day pack. Doesn't take up much room. You're going to want to make notes along the way. Write down people's contact information, whatever. Probably a good idea to have some of this along. In fact, let's do it this way. When I go backpacking and I'm in the wilderness, we don't have porta potties. Now, I'm going to show this to you, but I am going to tell you right now, this is only for the most dire emergency. They are providing us provisions for this activity. But in case you have an urgent need, you need one of these. You make what's called a cat hole. You use the hole for your deposit, cover it over. I have some wet wipes and some TP. Make sure you take them with you. You only want to leave the organic matter in the hole. So that will be in my day pack. Hopefully I won't have to use it very much, but I'll have it if I need it. Here's a handy little day pack thing that hooks on your belt. Just an option people might want. Here's a little pack to put in there to keep little things that I might want to get during the day. Carabiners, bring a couple. They are handy little gizmos. You will find many uses for them. 2 or 3 bandanas. They are good for washing. They are good for putting them around your head to keep sweat from your eyes. They are good for wiping your face and blowing your nose. Multi-purpose, pretty simple. If you have something that looks like this, or some sort of bright outer gear, it will be good for as many of us as possible to be wearing these as we can. Use this one on bike trips. I have a few other things. I guess I talked about it. So that stuff, I'm not going to show you, it fits in my day pack just fine. So folks, that is what you do. And it isn't all that complicated. If you organize ahead of time, time, if you have the gear you need and you know how to find it, and you put it back, you know, like your mother said, put it where it belongs and you'll know where it is the next time you need it. I'm not your mother, but it's good advice. So I want you all to have a wonderful trip like I planned to have. And I'm going to serve as the contact person if you have questions about gear or packing. So again, my email address that you can use to ask me questions, I will get back to you as quickly as I can, is mkashia43@yahoo.com. And my name is Miriam. I'll see you on the march.